New York University has an Animal Studies minor program as well as a new Animal Studies M.A. program. The minor has existed for about 7 or 8 years now. We have 40 to 45 students enrolled in our minor at any given time, and they take classes in a pretty wide range of fields in the humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences. We have a bunch of great professors in the Department of Environmental Studies and all over the university teaching these classes on ethics in animals, politics in animals, literature in animals, animal minds, ecology, and so on and so forth. So students can basically take any 4 classes they want in all of those areas, and then that counts as the minor. For the MA program, we recently launched one of the first in the world graduate programs in animal studies, which is the MA program in animal studies. And for that, students take 8 classes, 3 required and 5 electives, and they complete a thesis project. And this program allows for a lot of flexibility, so students can work in any field they want and in any medium they want. If they want to work in the humanities, social sciences, or natural sciences, they can do that. If they want to write a research paper, policy proposal, do an artistic project, they can do that. So we want to basically give people the opportunity to do whatever it is they want to do in a way that seriously engages with animal studies.
That's awesome. What role does animal ethics and philosophy play in our global push towards sustainability and environmental consciousness?
So animal ethics and philosophy are basically an opportunity to really seriously and critically, reflectively think about our relationships with and treatment of non-human animals. We can think about what our beliefs are, what our values are, what our practices are, and whether we really want to endorse those and act on those. And so this is one of the worst things that we've ever done, the way we treat animals in factory farms, the way that we treat the environment as a result of factory farming and other human practices. And we have an opportunity to decide if we really accept that and want to participate in that. And philosophy is the discipline through which we can ask and answer those questions.
You sit at the intersections of philosophy, bioethics, animal ethics, and environmentalism. Could you speak to the importance of how these different sectors intersect?
Yeah, these are really global and interconnected issues. So for example, what we do in factory farming harms animals, harms public health, and harms the environment. So for example, an estimated 100 billion plus animals are harmed and killed each year in factory farming, and many more than that are harmed as a result of global fishing practices. So the animal welfare impacts of factory farming are enormous. Additionally, the public health impacts are enormous, not only because most of the food produced in industrial animal agriculture is unhealthy, but also because industrial animal agriculture is the leading consumer of antibiotics and antimicrobials, which leads to the development of antibiotic and antimicrobial resistant pathogens, which could lead to a global pandemic. And industrial animal agriculture is a leading producer of waste and greenhouse gas emissions. So in particular, it is estimated to produce 9% of global carbon emissions, 37% of global methane emissions, and 65% of global nitrous oxide emissions, which adds up to an estimated 50% of global greenhouse gas emissions over the course of 20 years and 14.5% of global greenhouse gas emissions over the course of 100 years. So when you think about the animal welfare impacts, the public health impacts, and the environmental impacts together, you can look to this industry as one of the most harmful things that humans have ever done. Additionally, what we do to the environment is going to harm public health and animals again. So climate change is going to reduce biodiversity, harm individual wild animals, and so on. So we need to think about these issues together, and working at the intersection of these fields helps us to do that.